All right, so today we're going to be looking at something that I know a lot of people have been asking about,
Yeah.
wedding dress storage.
Yeah.
And specifically, uh, we're going to be diving into this blog post from Darianna Bridal and Tuxedo called How to Store Your Wedding Dress Before the Big Day.
Sounds good.
And we're going to be talking all about the things that people need to know to keep their dress in tip-top shape before they actually walk down the aisle.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that people don't always think about is the fact that even though it's just a few months,
Yeah.
the damage that can be done in those few months
Right.
can sometimes be irreversible.
Right.
So it's really important to follow these steps.
So this article really kicks things off by emphasizing that from the moment you bring your dress home,
Yes.
clean hands,
Yes.
minimal makeup.
Right.
Like, you don't want to be getting ready and then
Basically,
accidentally smudge your dress with foundation or something like that.
a little bit of lipstick on
Oh my gosh.
the bodice.
A nightmare. But what about cleaning the dress itself before you store it?
Oh, that's a great question.
Is that necessary? I mean, even if it's brand new.
Yeah, I think for a brand new dress, it might not be.
Right.
But if it's a sample dress
Yeah.
or something that's been tried on a lot,
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely a good idea. And actually, any stains that are there that you might not be able to see,
Ah.
they can oxidize and become more prominent over time.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So it's almost like an insurance policy.
Exactly.
Just to get it cleaned before you put it away.
Especially if it has beading or any kind of embellishments.
Yeah, those are so delicate.
We can get really damaged in the cleaning process if it's not done by a professional.
Okay, that's really good to know. Yeah. So speaking of protecting your dress, the article goes into a lot of detail about hanging it properly
Yeah.
and using the right kind of garment bag.
Yeah.
They talk a lot about breathable garment bags.
Yes.
What is the importance of a breathable garment bag?
Well, you want your dress to breathe. It needs air circulation just like we do.
Okay.
And a breathable garment bag will allow for that, and it'll help prevent any kind of moisture buildup,
Oh.
which can lead to mildew or musty odors,
Oh,
even damage to the fabric.
wow.
So you really want to avoid plastic bags.
Okay, so plastic's a no-no.
Big no-no.
Got it. Breathable fabric.
Yes.
So before you even get to the bagging, they talk a lot about hanging the dress the right way.
Yes.
And how that can really prevent stretching and damage.
Yes.
And they're very adamant about using a padded hanger
Mm-hmm.
and hanging the dress by the hanger straps.
Yes.
Not the dress straps.
That is so important.
Why is that so important?
I mean, imagine hanging a heavy dress
Yeah.
by its delicate little straps.
Right.
It's just going to stretch them out.
Like a thread holding up a bowling ball.
Exactly.
Mm.
It can distort the shape of the bodice
Oh, wow.
and even cause beading or embellishments to pop off,
Oh, no.
especially if it has spaghetti straps or, those really delicate sleeves. So padded hangers and hanging it by those loops is non-negotiable.
Got it. So what about a dress with a long train?
Ah, yes, that's a good question.
How do you handle that without causing wrinkles or damage?
Well, the article suggests using the loop underneath the center of the train and
Okay.
hanging it from the hanger
No.
so it doesn't bunch up at the bottom of the bag.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So what if you don't want to hang it?
Mm.
What if you want to lay the dress flat?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Laying it flat is actually ideal because it minimizes stress on the fabric and the seams.
Okay.
But
yeah.
they do mention a very important consideration, pets, if you have furry friends who like to explore.
Yeah, you don't want Fido napping on your wedding dress.
Exactly. You don't want to find little paw prints.
Oh, that would be a disaster. So, okay, hanging it is, but then where do you put it? Where's the best place?
Well, the ideal location is a cool, dark, and dry place.
Okay.
Think of it like storing a valuable piece of art. You want to avoid direct sunlight, humidity,
Mm,
and extreme temperatures.
right.
So they specifically warn against basements
Okay.
and attics.
Yeah, basements are usually damp and attics get so hot, especially in the summer.
Exactly. So those are out.
So what about a regular bedroom closet?
A spare room or a bedroom closet is a great option.
Okay.
As long as it's climate controlled
Yeah.
and away from any potential hazards like moisture or,
Pets.
Yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind, hopefully out of reach of any paws.
Exactly.
So what if you don't have a spare room? Are there any other options?
They mention a really cool option, actually. Your bridal salon.
Yeah.
Some salons offer short-term storage, especially while you're getting alterations done.
That's such a good idea.
So it's worth asking.
Okay, fantastic. So we've covered the bagging, the location.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need to watch out for?
Yes, actually,
ahead.
The article has one final warning,
Oh,
and it's a big one. The zipper.
the zip.
Yes. They say it's surprisingly easy to catch the dress in the zipper when you're closing the bag.
Oh, no, that's like a nightmare scenario.
It can be a snag, or a pull from the zipper can be very difficult, if not impossible, to fix.
Oh, my God.
So extra caution is needed when you're zipping up that garment bag.
Yeah, I think it'd be sweating a little bit.
Yeah, take a deep breath.
So key takeaways, clean it right. Breathable bag,
Yes.
find a safe location, and be very, very careful with that zipper.
You got to minimize those risks
Yes.
and keep your dress as stunning as the day you said yes to it.
Okay, so that's all pre-wedding, but what about after the big day?
Ah, that's a great question.
You're not just going to shove this beautiful gown back into a closet, are you?
Well, that brings us to our next topic,
Ooh.
professional wedding dress preservation.
Ooh, okay.
So we'll get into that after a quick break.
Stay tuned. Okay, so we've talked about how to protect your dress before the wedding,
Right?
but what about preserving it after?
Yeah.
The article touches on professional wedding dress preservation. What does that even entail? It sounds very fancy.
It's more than just like a fancy dry cleaning. You know, it's
Yeah.
like a spa treatment specifically for your wedding gown.
Okay.
Think about it. Your dress has been through a lot, dancing hugs,
Right.
maybe even a few spilled drinks, you know?
Oh, yeah. Definitely some champagne spills on the dance floor.
Exactly. And
Mhm.
so professional preservation takes care of all those little mishaps
Okay.
and ensures that your dress stays in pristine condition for years to come.
So what does this spa treatment involve?
Wow.
Do they give it a bubble bath?
Not quite, but they do give it a very thorough cleaning,
Okay.
paying special attention to the bottom of the dress,
Yeah.
which, let's be honest, probably saw the most action.
Right, all that twirling and dancing.
Exactly.
The bottom of the dress is like the unsung hero of the wedding day.
Yeah.
So they clean it, but what makes it different from just like taking it to the dry cleaners?
The key difference is that they use special chemical treatments that are designed to prevent yellowing fabric deterioration and other issues that can occur over time. So it really helps to preserve those memories that are woven into the fabric.
Yeah, it's like a time capsule for your wedding day.
Exactly.
You open that preserved dress years later and bam, all those memories come flooding back.
Exactly. And it's not just about preserving the physical dress. It's
Yeah.
about preserving those tangible links to one of the most important days of your life.
I'm getting a little emotional just thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's incredible how a piece of clothing can hold so much meaning.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sold. Professional preservation sounds like a good idea.
It is. And you know, when you consider all the effort that you put into finding the perfect dress,
Right.
the cost of preservation is actually relatively small in comparison.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
So we've talked about storing your dress before the wedding and preserving it afterwards. What stands out to you the most about all of this?
Honestly, it's the reminder that we're not just dealing with fabric and thread here. We're dealing with memories, emotions,
Mm-hmm.
and the desire to hold on to these really special moments.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just about looking good.
Right.
It's about feeling good and cherishing the memories that are associated with that dress.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's not just any garment. It represents a major life event,
Right.
a commitment, the start of a new chapter.
Exactly.
It deserves to be treated with care and respect,
Absolutely.
both before and after the wedding.
And speaking of respect,
Yeah.
the article also made me think about all the people who play a role in making that dress a reality.
Right.
You know, the designer, the seamstress,
Yeah.
the bridal consultant.
Yeah.
They pour their heart and soul into creating something truly special.
That's such a good point.
Mm.
By preserving your dress, you're also honoring their artistry and their craftsmanship.
Exactly.
It's like a tribute to all the love and care that went into making that dress.
Yeah, it's about recognizing the value of those connections and those contributions.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive.
Yes.
We've gone way beyond just practical tips.
Yeah.
And we're really exploring the emotional significance of caring for your wedding dress.
It's fascinating, right, to connect those dots between the tangible and the intangible, the dress itself and the memories it represents.
I know. Okay, before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought to ponder.
Okay.
Imagine years down the line, you're at a friend's wedding, and you see a small detail on her dress
Yeah.
that sparks this vivid memory from your own wedding.
Oh, wow.
It could be the lace, the way the fabric catches the light,
Yeah.
or even the way the dress moves when she walks.
Well, I love that.
And suddenly you're transported back to that moment, surrounded by all your loved ones, feeling all that joy and excitement from your wedding day.
That's beautiful.
But here's the question.
Okay.
Would that same detail on your own dress tucked away in storage
Yeah.
evoke the same powerful emotions all these years later?
That's the power of preservation and mindful storage. It's about ensuring that those details, those tangible links to your memories,
Right.
remain vibrant and evocative for years to come,
Yeah.
so you can relive those special moments long after the music has faded and the cake has been eaten.
It's like those tiny details become anchors for our memories.
Yeah,
And by preserving them, we can access those emotions whenever we want.
precisely.
It's like building a bridge between your past, present, and future self.
I love that.
And who knows, maybe that detail on your friend's dress will inspire you to pull out your own gown, relive those memories, and share them with the next generation.
That's beautiful.
It's like weaving this tapestry of memories that connects us all.
Yeah, it's about keeping those memories alive
Right.
and passing down those heirlooms,
Yeah.
sharing those stories, and connecting generations through the power of a single garment.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of wedding dress storage and preservation.
I hope you learned something.
I know I did.
It was fun.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
You know, it's really kind of amazing to think about how just like storing your wedding dress properly
Yeah.
can actually affect how you remember things later on down the line.
It is really fascinating, isn't it? Like the way we care for things
Right.
can actually change how we remember those emotions.
I know. And this whole deep dive has really changed how I think about wedding dress storage.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like keeping it clean.
Right.
It's more about like protecting those memories,
Exactly.
which is really cool.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about earlier, it's also about respecting all the work that went into making the dress.
Absolutely.
You know, it really is a reminder that even something as like ordinary as storage can have so much meaning.
Yeah. It's about being intentional with the things that we value.
Exactly. So as we wrap things up, what is like the one thing you really hope people take away from this deep dive?
I think the most important thing to remember is that
Yeah.
your wedding dress, it's not just a dress. It's like this container for all those memories and emotions and connections.
Yeah.
And so when you take care of it, both before and after the wedding,
Right.
you're really honoring all of that,
Mhm.
It's so much more than just a piece of clothing.
Yeah, it really is. Well said. Okay, well, on that note,
Yeah.
we'll say goodbye for now.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of wedding dress storage and preservation.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
We hope you've learned a thing or two
I hope so.
and that you feel like ready to take care of your own special gown
Yeah,
and all those memories that come with it.
absolutely.
All right, happy wedding planning, everyone.
Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations.